Welcome to the 6th tutorial keypoint video for W201. The key topic for today was homicide. Homicide, a neutral term covering any killing of a human being. But of course there are a number of offences that arise from that with different levels of a moral wrong. So most of the session was actually spent discussing together the actus reus of homicide, the killing another person, and how this goes through the different forms of homicide. We looked at the mens rea of murder, that there has to be an intention to kill or to cause serious harm. We looked at manslaughter. I mentioned that there were other homicide crimes, but they're not central to this course. So, homicide, very important subject. It's one of those topics that comes up time and time again. And so what we did, we looked through some problem questions, some looking at a problem scenario, somebody who's being bullied and in anger responds. We looked at ones where there is negligent behaviour by somebody which may or may not be illegal. And that's the type of problem question that you'll get. Usually bringing in one of the defences to murder and what the impact of that defence is. So do distinguish between those partial and those total defences. But then murder also can be looked at in a theoretical format. So one of the questions was the mens rea for murder should be amended, as currently the law results in too many people who should not be classified as murderers being convicted and too many others who should be guilty of murder being acquitted. Discuss critically the extent to which you agree with this statement. Another question that we looked at again for an essay type answer, discuss the extent to which the Corporate Manslaughter and Corporate Homicide Act 2007 has improved the likelihood of successful prosecutions against corporations which cause death. So essay type questions, problem type questions, and a word of warning about the exam, as you're preparing your revision, don't break the criminal law section into very discrete areas and say, oh, I'm going to do homicide, or I'm going to do offences against the person, whatever. Very often problem questions will go across these boundaries. So trying to limit the types of offences you look to can cause you problems later. We also talked about revising for the exams. We know a lot more now about the things that can either improve or undermine revision, and unfortunately all the traditional student practices of staying up late at night and revising, of using lots of coffee to keep you awake as you read through, of the comfort food, the not taking the exercise that you would normally do, all of which can undermine the effectiveness of your revision. So to increase your effectiveness, eat well and exercise. We looked, and these are similar comments that will be made at the end of W200, the importance of condensing, getting that information and condensing it down and condensing it further and condensing it further. A process that both stresses what's important but also lays down those memory tracks. The value of verbalising. Discuss it with other students. If that's not possible, then your cat, a furry animal, explain to them about the difference between murder and manslaughter. Discuss with them Dicey's sovereignty of Parliament and so on. And look at different ways of representing the information, because we all have different ways of doing things. You might find preparing tables useful, or flow diagrams, or numbered lists or whatever, but use whatever works for you, and you'll find some useful advice in the guide to assessment. Well, thank you, and I look forward to our final tutorial key point video of this course. Thank you.